Hello and welcome to Friday's Granada Reports. We are live across the northwest.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme.
Megan dreamed of saving lives as a nurse. She ended up saving 5 people's lives by deciding to become an organ donor.
She ticked the box to say she wanted to donate her organs. And I said, Meg, you're speaking to the wrong person. I said, I'll well be gone. But when this happens, I didn't think we'd ever need to follow that through.
Protesters start to gather along with the police outside a hotel in Greater Manchester housing asylum seekers. We'll be live with the latest.
Swapping the pitch for the pavement, the Rugby League Challenge Cup winner facing his biggest challenge yet.
I wanted to play the Queen for it. It's been an ambition I've had for I can't remember how many years, and I'm so happy.
When acting royalty plays actual royalty, the amazing Anne Reid on yet another career first.
And in the weather, fine for Elswick's Scarecrow Festival today, but as we charge into the weekend, will the weather be the final straw? The full details coming up shortly.
Well, first tonight, she was a 17-year-old girl who dreamed of saving lives as a nurse. Instead, Megan Hilton saved lives, 5 in all, by donating her organs.
Tragically, Megan from Bootle in Merseyside died of a sudden brain aneurysm. Only months earlier, she told her dad that she joined the organ donor register.
Her family says she was the kindest of souls who always helped people. They're now raising funds for the Children's Hospital where she wanted to work. Our correspondent Rob Smith reports.
Missed beyond measure by those who loved her, Megan Hilton saved lives beyond her own. The 17-year-old from Bootle died after a brain aneurysm that happened in her sleep. Her heartbroken family were left to honour wishes they never expected to. Megan joined the organ donor register while getting her provisional driving licence. Telling her dad those wishes just months ago is a conversation he'll never forget.
She told me one day as we were walking along the road, and I said, Meg, you're speaking to the wrong person. I said, I'll well be gone. But when this happens, so speak to your kid, speak to your partner. I didn't think we'd ever need to follow that through. I was proud of her when she was here with us. I think I'm, if it's possible, even more proud of her now because of how she wanted to help other people, how she wanted to change other people's lives.
Changed and saved lives.
Yeah.
I still got love for you.
Megan's TikTok videos with her sister Izzy show moment after moment of genuine care, a caring nature she wanted to take into a dream career of nursing and follow in family footsteps.
I'm a nurse, and my mum is a nurse, so I think Megan would always message both of us for advice on how we did in uni and things like that, and she had a placement in Aintree Hospital, so I met her on her first day of placement and took her up to a first day, and she was so excited.
The Children's Hospital, where Megan desperately wanted to work, will now benefit from a fundraiser started by her loved ones. They also want people to sign the donor register and tell those around them who need to know, just as she did.
If I could talk to Megan today, I'd just thank her for the amazing decision she made to join the organ donor register and to have that conversation with her family. I don't think you can quite put into words how amazing donors and their families are and the courage and strength they show at this time. But just a massive thank you, and what a hero she is.
Hero is a word Megan's family also use to describe a teenager who wanted to save others. And did. Rob Smith, ITV News, Bootle.
Yeah, and such a legacy she leaves. And if you want more information about how to become an organ donor and that fundraiser by Megan's family, you can find it on our website. That's itv.com/Granada. Well, next, and as we go on air tonight, a protest has started outside a hotel in Greater Manchester, which is being used to house asylum seekers. Yes, it's happening in Altrincham as we speak, and it follows a series of similar protests outside other hotels in our region and other parts of the country. Well, our reporter Emma Sweeney's in Altrincham for us now. Emma, what can you tell us?
Well, the protest has only been going for, half an hour, but there's already quite a scene here. A dividing line has been drawn down the middle of what is a busy dual carriageway. It's lined by police who are here to keep the peace. On one side, anti-migrant protesters. On the other side, counter-protesters. Behind them, behind closed doors, are those asylum seekers who are being housed in this former hotel. Now, we are in Altrincham tonight, but we could quite easily be anywhere up and down the country because there's been a number of these type protests that have taken place in recent weeks, including, as we have reported, in Hoylake, in Wirral. There's also been protests in Epping in Essex. Some of those have turned violent. So what is it all about? Well, the answer to this is both complex and multi-layered. But those who are on the anti-migrant side of the protest say that they have a number of concerns. They're worried about the number of people who are coming into the country. They say that they are worried about the impact on local services, and they say that they're worried about the costs of putting people up in these hotels. Now, we did ask a number of those people from the anti-migrant side of this protest to talk to us ahead of tonight's action. They refused. They said that they do not trust the mainstream media. They say that they are made out to be far-right racists, when the ones we spoke to said that they were concerned locals who just wanted all of this to stop. So they didn't want to speak to us, but we did speak to a local Conservative councillor. He isn't part of this protest tonight, but he doesn't want to see the hotel used in the way it is.
So I'm against the hotel because residents have contacted me. They're worried to go in the park, they see groups of people hanging about, and they are rightly concerned. These are unvetted males from who knows where, arriving illegally, and no wonder they're frightened. They're frightened about the park, they're frightened about their children going to school.
Now, those on the counter side of this protest say that the ones on the other side of the protest, if not members of the far right themselves, are being manipulated by the far right. They say that those in these hotels are not here out of choice.
And we don't think it's right that they go to that hotel to cause trouble with people who are fleeing persecution and violence and maybe suffering from trauma, and have people that are threatening their building and their lives when they've already experienced that. So we think it's important that we're there to show our support and solidarity with refugees and to make sure that no one comes to any harm.
So, Emma, that's two sets of views from the protesters and the anti-protesters. What about the people of Altrincham?
Well, yeah, Gamal, we spent some time at the market here yesterday and we spoke to a number of people. They had a range of different views. Of course, they don't speak for the entire time, but this is what the people that we spoke to had to say.
I don't really think it's a great thing to have in our town, really. I haven't got any experience of it, so any incidents or anything, but I'm just not too happy about it.
I think we should support them. Some of them will have been through an incredibly difficult time coming here. And I guess we're all from immigrants, aren't we?
No one knew they were coming. It's only after the event that people got to know, and of course it causes issues with those who agree and those who don't agree. Personally, I don't agree.
I think they're just quite strict, sort of measures, aren't they? So not a problem for me.
Now, of course, the voice that is missing throughout all of this is that of the asylum seekers themselves. We did try to speak to some of those who were being housed in this former hotel, yesterday, but they were told by security not to talk to us. Though I did manage to speak to one man off the record. He told me that it is quite scary being in that former hotel when these protests take place. He said they're all told to go into their rooms, to lock themselves in their rooms for their own security. And in his words, he said it is more like a prison when these protests take place. Now, the government, for its part, had said that it has significantly reduced the number of so-called asylum hotels and says that it plans to get rid of them altogether by 2029.
OK, Emma in Altrincham, many thanks indeed.
Well, let's take a look at some more of the day's news now. And the health watchdog has found emergency care at the Countess of Chester Hospital is falling short of legal standards. It was issued with an urgent warning notice by the Care Quality Commission after repeated breaches were found, some in relation to dignity and respect and safeguarding from abuse. The CQC rating for the A&E remains inadequate and the overall hospital requires improvement. Well, the hospitals say they took immediate action after the warning and will demonstrate the improvements made in the next inspection.
Around 20,000 people are expected to attend the Royal Manx Agricultural Show this weekend on the Isle of Man. The yearly event shows off a range of Manx produce and highlights the role of agriculture on the island. Local farmers have said the event is essential to keeping the sector going.
I've heard it described as a shop window for agriculture, which it is. I mean, people aren't around farms every day. You know, a lot of people probably never see a farm. So to be able to see what happens and what goes on, you need an event like this just to show to the general public what we do.
Right, time now for a look at what's to come on the national news, which is up next. Here's Lucrezia.
Coming up on tonight's ITV Evening News, the family of teenager Harvey Wilgoose say they will continue to campaign for safer schools after a 15-year-old is found guilty of his murder. In Australia, revelations that the mushroom murderer was accused of repeatedly trying to poison her husband with cookies, pasta and curry. Plus, find out why these rowers have been caught up in a row over migrants with an MP. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Now, if you've been planning for weeks and weeks to nominate a special someone to represent the North West at this year's Daily Mirror Pride of Britain Awards, you are seriously running out of time.
Yeah, if you know someone who goes the extra mile for a good cause, they could be Granada's next nomination in the category of Fundraiser of the Year. And you can nominate individuals or groups, and we'll be sending one person plus their guest to London to represent us, the North West. You've got until midnight on Sunday to nominate. Just head over to itv.com/Pride of Britain.
OK, time for sport now, and Liverpool can kick off their season with a trophy. Here's David.
Yes, the Premier League champions begin their campaign with a trip to Wembley. They'll take on the FA Cup winners Crystal Palace on Sunday in the Community Shield. Well, Arne Slot has seen his squad strengthened over the summer, with Liverpool spending in excess of £250 million on new players. And they might not be finished yet, with interest in Newcastle's forward Alexander Isak.
We think we already have a lot of attacking power in our team, but as always, as a club, we are always looking at the chances in the market. Normally you have to play numerous games before you can win something, if it's the League Cup, FA Cup, let alone Premier League or Champions League. And now we have a chance to win something in the beginning of the season.
We'll stay with Liverpool, and their women's team have today announced Gareth Taylor as their new head coach. He's back in management after being sacked by Manchester City women last season. Well, to Manchester United now, who've been showing off their new £50 million redeveloped men's training base at Carrington today. Legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson, along with co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe, joined Ruben Amorim and the first team squad to officially open the centre. Well, Sir Alex also unveiled a special plaque to the club's long-serving and much-loved former receptionist Kath Phipps, who died last year.
No one been at this club 55 years. I was honoured to be here for 27 years, half that time. You can imagine being here for 55 years and such a devoted person doing it, and a real loss to this club.
Well, it's a big weekend for Everton, with their new Hill Dickinson Stadium hosting its first game with a capacity crowd. 53,000 fans will pack into the stands for tomorrow's friendly with the Italian side AS Roma. Now to the return of what could be the toughest ever season of the Championship for Blackburn Rovers and Preston North End. There are some big names with big spending power involved in this year, including the likes of Wrexham, who of course co-owned by the Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds.
The Championship is back, and for Blackburn and Preston it's a chance to go again after last season ended with North End avoiding relegation and Rovers missing out on the playoffs, both on the final day.
Is there any hangover from last season and the fact that you just missed out on the playoffs?
No, there's no hangover. It's more the feeling that we made something great. The question is, how can we improve this season?
Do you have frustrations from last season that you want to put right, or that you hope
it's gone?
Is it gone? Is it one of those you just draw a line under it and go, right, that's done, but that's history now?
Yeah, you got to learn from it. You got to make sure that you understand what you did well and where you need to be better. But it's gone.
Now we are in the transition, and we see a new face for the fans. Very exciting player for the fans. They will need the support. They will need the love. They will get there from our fans, and it's just all about to, as usual, to stick together in a tough period to give the support the player deserve.
You look at some of the teams that have come up, you look at some of the finances that are involved. Do Preston still have what it takes to kind of really be competing up there this season?
Yeah, we have to, but we've got to do it our own way. You said to Peter, James, I had a recruitment, stop worrying about the other teams, just stop worrying about them. I see the money flying about and the signings that's made and the wages that's supposedly being paid, and what's the point in worrying about it? You know, we've got to make sure that we do the best with what we've got.
Well, both sides start their seasons with away trips tomorrow as Preston go to Queen's Park Rangers, while Blackburn are at West Brom.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsor of the Granada Sport Report.
Now to the Rugby League star who's swapping the pitch for the pavement to raise funds for his cancer treatment. Former Warrington, St Helens, Wigan and Leigh player Mickey Hyam, who won a Super League title and 3 Challenge Cups as a player, has stage 4 cancer and hopes to get treatment overseas. Well, later this month he'll join a walk from Leigh to Salford to raise cash, not just for his treatment, but also for cancer charities. Chris Hall caught up with him in training.
Mickey, thanks for talking to us. Just let's start with, how are you, both physically and emotionally?
Yeah, doing a little bit tough at the minute. You know, I've got to be honest. The first time I got the melanoma, it was, I suppose it was all new and I didn't have much pain. I'd like to think I got through that really well, but this time around, it's when it's come back and obviously it's spread to areas as well that I'm in a bit of pain.
How far has it spread this time, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, not at all. It spread to a lot of areas, to be honest. I noticed it when I found one in my right glute, in my right buttock. It spread to like probably 6, 7, 8 areas really. But fortunately, what was the nurses have said really positive, it seems to be all muscular. So there's no organs that have been affected, you know, at the moment. So, which is a really positive sign. But it's just, I think it's when somebody says, you know, it's stage 4 and it's spread, I think you automatically think, wow. And she said, listen, don't think like that. It's spread, but you know, we're confident we'll get it under control and, you know, get sorted. So, yeah, feeling positive.
You've obviously got your family at your side, you've got your wife and your 2 young lads as well. How much of an inspiration and a motivation are they for you to just keep going through this?
Yeah, massively. They've been there, you know, from the start of this, and these two, as you can see, they go about the daily thing, knocking 3 bells of, you know, rubbish out of each other. And I know my wife's, you know, she's doing it tough. She's my rock, really. Do you know what I mean? And some of these as well. Sorry.
It's okay, mate. You take a minute. Now, listen. You've always been one of the most popular rugby league players in the game, and I think that's really come across in recent days, hasn't it? Because they had that collection for you at the Leigh Warrington game. They had that applause for you on the 9th minute. Tell me, what have you made of all the reaction?
No, I've really it caught me off guard a bit, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really humbled. You know, dead emotional about it, and yeah, and it's nice that people, you know, really got you back and, you know, support you. So yeah, it was a touchy moment. It got me.
Now, in terms of treatment, you've got immunotherapy over here in England, but you're looking at the potential of going abroad for treatment as well.
Yeah, it's just an option, you know. Hopefully, if the immunotherapy goes to plan, we're looking abroad. Maybe if things don't go to plan, it potentially could be an option.
So you've got this fundraising walk coming up from Leigh to Monton in Salford. You're raising money not just for your own treatment there. You want to put something back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just want to do something to kick it off. You know, I don't think I'll not be doing the full walk. I'll try as much as I can at the moment because I am in a bit of pain. But yeah, just a nice walk, put some towards into the trust if I need something. But also, like I said, give something back. I just want to say thank you. You know, I probably can't say thank you enough to the team at the Christies and the professors and the nurses and everybody there in Macmillan who've just drop everything and make sure you're, you know, number one, most important. So they've been fantastic, really, isn't it? I want to get out there and give them something back.
Well, it goes without saying, mate, that ourselves and the whole rugby league community and all of the North West, we're all behind you, mate.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yes, we absolutely echo those sentiments. We all wish Mickey well, and you can hear more from Mickey in an extended interview on our website. All his fundraising details are there as well. It's itv.com/Granada. As Chris was touching upon it there, but he is such a popular character in the world of rugby league. I'm sure that all of rugby league are going to turn out for his walk and probably be on there as well.
Yeah, the whole North West.
Absolutely.
David, thank you. Now, she's been in show business for almost 70 years. She's been in classic series after classic series like Dinner Ladies and Last Tango and Halifax. And before all that, she was Ken Barlow's first wife in Coronation Street, which is more than 50 years ago now.
Yeah. It is, of course, the wonderful Anne Reid, whose husband, Peter Eckersley, was head of drama right here at Granada.
Yeah, now, though, as she tells our entertainment correspondent Caroline Whitmore, she's finally landed her dream role at 90 years young.
Anne Reid, I feel so excited to meet you here. Yes, at the Lowry, on the set of By Royal Appointment. You're playing Queen Elizabeth II. Should I curtsy?
Yes, I'm really sad that you didn't, actually. I wanted to play the Queen it's been an ambition I've had for, I can't remember how many years, and I'm so happy to have achieved it at last.
It is a brand new play.
Yes, written by Daisy Goodwin, who wrote Victoria, a series of vignettes, little clips of the Queen's life.
Caroline Quentin plays the dresser.
The dresser, yes.
So is this based on true events then?
It's not an absolute imitation of them.
You've met the Queen a few times.
4 times. I got an MBE, and I'm very proud to say I've now got a CBE, so I don't know who'll give me that. I haven't had a chance to go to the palace because I've been working. It was her Jubilee year, and I actually performed for her at the palace, and that is pretty scary. She said to me, "My goodness, you had a lot to say, didn't you?" And I said, "Yes, I think I had rather too much, actually."
And how has it been working alongside Caroline Quentin?
Nightmare, darling. Yeah. They were old friends,
I know,
Caroline.
yeah.
We've been to New York a couple of times together.
Touring can be quite tiring.
In this, I had it in my contract that they would send cars for me, dragging bags on and off trains. I can't do that now. They just carry me like a parcel from place to place, yeah.
A very delicate, special parcel, though, Anne.
No, I'm not very delicate. I'm quite tough, actually.
Just a special delivery, then?
Yeah, I've never missed a performance in my life, touch wood.
No, touch wood, touch wood.
Never. My generation, you see, darling, they're wusses now. They go off with a slight sore throat. They do.
Are we allowed to say you had a milestone birthday in May?
Everybody's talking about it, yes. I'd prefer to forget it, but I can't. If anybody else tells me I'm amazing, I think I'll hit them, actually.
OK, I won't tell you
No,
you're
please
amazing
don't
then,
tell
because
me
she's
that.
going to clobber me, Paul.
They'll have to shoot me to get me off the stage.
You just have to wait. Were you on Coronation Street for 9 years?
I was thinking about the day I came up for my audition, got off the train at Piccadilly, and a friend met me. I was very nervous, so we went to Kendal Mill. We had a lot of martinis, so I was quite merry when I went down to Granada, and I think that's why I got it.
Because you played Ken Barlow's first wife, Valerie, and she did come to a bit of a sticky end.
They asked me, I said I have to go. I'd had enough, you know. Bill, it obviously suits Bill Roach. I don't ever have a row with Bill, ever. You know, we got on really, really well for 9 years.
Your husband used to work at Granada as well, didn't he?
Peter Eckersley, yes,
Yeah.
he was head of drama. It was Mike Parkinson who actually introduced me to him in the pub. Where else?
Really? Was it in the old school at Granada?
Oh, darling, these long before your time. The law courts are built over it now. It's called the New Theatre Inn.
What do people most recognise you for?
I think Last Tango. Now, I tell you what was a big success, Russell T Davis's series, Years and Years.
Nice little world.
I had a long speech in that, which I understand went viral, whatever that means. I played so many parts where I'm in the kitchen. I won't do it. Now, I get sent them all the time. I was sent one yesterday. I get 3 lines and it says she complaining about her dentures don't fit or something. I just throw it across the room. Women are not like that anymore.
I could talk to you all day, Anne, honestly. I'm sure you have so many stories.
Well, let's just talk all day then.
Well,
and I won't do the matinee. We're going to have a drink.
Yeah. Wine.
Oh, anything.
Oh,
really. Cosmopolitans are my favourite.
We'll have a cosmopolitan then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brilliant, and you can see a much longer version of that interview over on ITVX page. Just select categories, scroll across to news, and then make sure your region is set to Granada. And her show at the Lowry's on Friday and Saturday.
I really do love Anne's dry sense of humour. Anne, you are amazing.
You're not allowed to say that. Well, she said you have to be smacked.
Here's Emma with the weather.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello there, I hope you've had a good day. The weekend is here, there's a lot of talk about heat waves, but the main focus of this heat wave is going to be for central and southernmost parts of England and the UK. For us, well, things are going to be warming up. It will be turning fine and settled, especially after the next 24 hours. Similar weather day by day as well once we get into that outlook period. And for us, temperatures actually start to peak on Monday and Tuesday. They'll be peaking a bit earlier further south, and we are going to be getting into the mid to high 20s Celsius, so it's still going to be very fine, warm and sunny. Not into the 30s though, thankfully. Still quite a squeeze on the isobars at the moment, so pretty breezy throughout the outlook period. We've got a glancing frontal system bring us a few showers into tomorrow, but largely it's going to stay dry over the next few days. And this feature out to the west is no longer a story, for us anyway. This is ex-tropical storm Dexter. It will affect northernmost parts of Ireland, but it shouldn't be affecting us. So rewinding to the next few hours, late sunshine on offer, very pleasant out there. We've got a legacy of cloud overnight, and look at that cheeky shower slipping through the net as well. Just a very isolated one, maybe for parts of Cumbria, the Lake District. Elsewhere, dry, temperatures into the mid-teens Celsius and still pretty breezy, as you can see. Into tomorrow, the sun's up at 5:38, sets about 5 to 9 in the evening. So tomorrow, a fresher feel, quite bright out there as well. We have some patchy, showery outbreaks of rain just dropping south and eastwards there, but it will be pretty dry in between with some brighter breaks and temperatures above average ever so slightly. Sunday, plenty of sunshine around, and also temperatures start to rise on Monday and Tuesday, and a warm, humid night expected into Monday. Bye-bye.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Yeah, just to look out for that cheeky little rain, folks.
That's it from the programme for another week here on Granada.
Before we go, something very cute, and it's definitely not the two of us.
How rude. Definitely not. How about this? 2 rare tiger cubs at Knowsley Safari with their mum, Yuki. Now, there's only around 500 Amma tigers left in the wild, and keepers say the cubs mark an important step forward in conservation efforts to protect the species.
Ah, delightful. Good night. Many thanks indeed for watching, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.